everybody. So today I want to talk to you about pistol magazine plus capacity base plates. Are they good? Are they bad? Are they reliable? Do they have any other usefulness other than just mag capacity? Or do they merely exist to populate the EDC dump pictures of that annoying guy online that won't stop calling his pistol a build? So as you can see, I have a variety of the plus and even non-plus capacity base plates here. This is this one are Strike Industries +4 for the G19. This is also +4 or 5, sorry. These are +5s for the G19. This is a +5 for the G17. These are more like the factory +2s from Glock. This is a Pierce grip extension for just the pinky. We'll get to that in a second. Tango Down +2 for the 43 and another +2 metal base plate for the 43. Now this is not going to be an individual review of each base plate. It is strictly what's the purpose, what's the use, and is it more than just mag capacity? So let's start out with a quick comparison. So here is 17 with a flat base plate, right? It's just fine the way it is, right? It's just fine the way it is. So if you want more mag capacity, you go with the 19 round. 19 round gives you a little bit more grip. If you need it, a little bit more grip and a little bit more mag capacity. But is that all it does? Well, as you can see right now, it gives you something to hold on to. I mean, as soon as I release the mag, you can tell that it's just a little easier for me to grab onto, especially when it comes to malfunction clearing. If you really have to rip that mag out during a malfunction, it is a lot easier to do so with something bigger like this on the bottom of your gun. Now this goes the same for something like that with a even bigger base plate. As you can see, there is a hell of a size difference. But with this even bigger base plate. Now this one's metal, this one's plastic or polymer. We're not going to get into all that. But this is also a +4 or 5. I can't remember, the other one's a +2. But it gives you something more to hold on to. Now this is especially handy with the G43. So as you can see, that not only have I lost quite a bit of grip with the G43 having a flat base plate, but if I have to strip the mag, it is not going to be as easy as with something like that. And I got a full grip. Now something else with this particular mag change that I just performed that you might notice is I can fully seat the mag with my hand around the gun, whereas this I have to lose part of my grip in order to do so, because otherwise I'm hitting my hand trying to insert the magazine. I don't get as positive of an insertion, and I don't keep as good a control of the gun with the flat base plate. Now, if it's just grip that you're concerned about, of course there are things like these Pierce +0. It's just for pinky extension, because as you can see, the G19 grip is just a little small for my hand, but that cradles the pinky just fine. So there is this option, but that's not really as much what this video is about. But even with the gun the size of the G19, which is only barely smaller than my hand, I still have a little bit more problems seating a flat base plate magazine in this than I do with something like this, which obviously is much larger and gives me more area for grip as well. Now, do the positive effects end there? No. Here's a full-size appendix holster. This is from Spider Concealment. This will do the G19 with the light. So I guess it's compact, but anyway, G19 with the light. So here is a regular magazine. Sticks out just fine, right? In order to draw from it. However, this gives you the ability for a much better grip, much better purchase, as you should have, and draw. And it doesn't go with just these holsters. It goes for a regular, belt slide holster as well, mag carrier. That instead of something like that, which is much shorter, still easily accessible. We've been using these for years, but this does up the game a little bit. And that's not just for those. I mean, here's with this style as well. This is also a G19 magazine. So if you compare lengths, as you can see with the three styles here, flat base plate, the +2 and +5, you know, this and this obviously make the purchase on the magazine when drawing during drills, or you know, worse, real life, makes that so much better. And you go right from that right into, you know, an easy insertion and an easy send home. This goes for small holsters as well. This is the G43 spider concealment inside the waistband. As you can see, depending on the size of your hand, clothing, whatnot, how high your clothes ride and all that, that could be a little bit harder to grab than, say, something like that. Now that this mess is out here, there's of course capacity, right? So 6 rounds versus 8 rounds. This is starts out life at 15 rounds. It's now 19 rounds versus 15 rounds, 8 rounds, 6 rounds. You know what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with that. This is, instead of 15, is 17. Over here on the G17, this is, instead of 17, it's 22 rounds in here. So that is good mag capacity. So those are the pros, right? What about the cons? What about the no's? I've only been able to come up with 2 cons, and that is, number 1, weight. Weight isn't necessarily a con for most people, but it can be for some, depending on especially what you're carrying, where you're carrying. Are you carrying in gym shorts normally, or are you carrying in a tightened down, good quality gun belt like you should be, and pants? If you're carrying a good quality gun belt, the weight's not really going to matter to you. If you're carrying in almost any other fashion, if you're carrying without a belt, if you're carrying in the pocket, gym shorts and things like that, the weight will be a noticeable difference. No doubt about it. The difference in weight between this and this is actually fairly significant. So the weight is a potential problem for people. Now the other con is concealability. So we all know that from here forward is not the worst part about concealing, well, with the exception of the muzzle and or light rubbing into you inside your waistband, especially with appendix carry. But if you're carrying, say, 3 o'clock, from here forward, it's really not that big of a deal to conceal. From here back is where a lot of the concealment problems begin, and that includes the grip length. It's one of the things that all the crybabies online was whining about with the 19X. Turns out the 19X was never even advertised as a concealment gun, but it nonetheless does conceal just fine. Anytime I can get a dig in on the anti-19X idiots, I will. So this can cause a potential issue, especially with really long base plates. The extremely long base plates, this can, depending on how you're dressed and so on, this can cause a potential concealment issue over that. Now this is exactly why when I carry with a plus base plate, and when a lot of other people I know carry with plus base plate, they carry with the 15 round or whatever the stock magazine is in the gun itself, makes it more concealable. This vertical up is not hard to conceal almost no matter how long this is. And so the spare mag, because let's face it, if you need a spare mag in a common gunfight, a common self-defense shooting, you want all the ammo you can get, because things have gone horribly awry. But this is the configuration that a lot of people will carry in. The plus base plate on the carry magazine, or the spare magazine, and the flat base plate on the pistol mag. So it turns out that the plus capacity base plates aren't just to populate the pictures of EDC pocket dumps that are never used, right? They absolutely have their purpose. Pluses and minuses, weight and concealability as a negative, mag capacity, ease of use, improved reloads, improved purchase on the reload, all those other things and of course improved stripping of the mag during a malfunction. All of those being pluses. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you think I forgot something, let me know down below. Be glad to talk about it, and maybe make an amended video at some point in time in the future. Till then, thanks for listening.